Hi guys, welcome back to Life with Sonia. Today I have a delicious recipe for you guys. We're making Ferrero Rocher brownies. You guys are going to love this recipe. Try it out and let me know in the comments below how you like it. Okay guys, so this recipe is in two parts. The first part is the brownies themselves, and then they're topped off with this delicious Nutella fudge. So I'll go over what you need for the brownies. You're going to need 3/4 cups of butter cubed. You're going to need 6 to 7 ounces right here of dark chocolate. You're going to want to chop this up. You also need 3 eggs. Well, you're going to need 2 whole eggs and the yolk from 1. 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder, and you can't see this here, but there is a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. You're also going to need 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 3/4 cups of granulated sugar, and 1/2 cup of light brown sugar. We're also going to need 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and then the star of the show, Ferrero Rochers. So I'm gonna put about maybe 16. I might put some more or less, depends on your pan. It is best if you use an 8 or 9 inch pan to make these. So just see how your pan is. If you can't fit all 16, put less. If you have room for more, by all means put more. Okay guys, so moving on to the fudge. What you're gonna need for the fudge is 1 cup of Nutella. You're gonna need 1.5 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips. I have here 6 Ferrero Rochers that I've cut in half. I may use more, I may use less. It just depends on my pan. I usually end up using about 10, but I just chopped up 6 today because I'm using a slightly smaller pan. So yeah, here, cut them in half. Then we have 3/4 cup of whole roasted hazelnuts. And then I've got 1/2 cup of chopped hazelnuts. And last but not least, condensed milk. 1 whole can is what we're going to be using. Okay guys, so we're going to start off by making the brownies first. So the first step here is to take the 3/4 cups of butter we had and the 6 or 7 ounces of dark chocolate, combine them into a bowl. Now there are 2 ways. What we're going to do is we're going to melt the chocolate. So there's 2 ways to do this. You can either do this over a double boiler, and if you do that, then you want to use a heat-safe bowl. Otherwise, you're going to, like me, you can use a ceramic bowl, combine the 2, put them in the microwave, and then microwave at 30-second intervals. And then once everything is melted, you bring it out. So I'm gonna do that now, and then I will show you how this looks once everything has been melted. Hey guys, so now that the chocolate is melted, you're gonna wanna add in both of your sugars, so brown sugar and granulated sugar, and then mix well. And then after that, we're gonna add in our 2 eggs and egg yolk, but you're gonna wanna make sure that your chocolate has cooled down. Not completely cold, but you just don't want it to be hot because we don't want those eggs to curdle and cook in there. All right, so add in your sugars and mix. Okay guys, so we have both of our sugars in and we're whisking away. Once everything is well combined and your chocolate has cooled down, we're gonna add in our eggs now. So remember, 2 whole eggs and 1 egg yolk. Okay, so here I've got my 2 eggs and the yolk, and I'm just gonna add it into here, mix well, and then from there we're gonna add in the rest of our ingredients. So let's start off with the eggs and yolk first. Okay guys, so now that our eggs are well mixed in, we're gonna add in the rest of our ingredients. So our 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour, dump that baby in. Then you've got here your 2 tablespoons of the cocoa powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. All of that loveliness goes in here as well. And last but not least, our 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Okay, now that all of that is in here, you're gonna wanna use a spatula to mix and combine well, but make sure you don't mix your batter. I'm gonna mix it and then I'll show you how it looks. Okay guys, now that we have our batter ready, we're gonna pour 1/2 of our batter into our prepared pan or dish. I have an 8x8 pan that I'm going to bake in. I lined it with parchment paper just so it's easier to take your brownie out. I totally advise that you do this step. If you don't have parchment paper, just grease your pan and then pour the batter in. But if you got parchment paper, take the extra couple seconds to line it. So we're gonna put 1/2 of our batter in, and then we're gonna layer it with the Ferrero Rocher and then pour the rest on top. So I will pour 1/2 and then come back and show you how it looks. All right guys, so I've got 1/2 the batter in here with my Ferrero Rochers. So I was able to put down all 16. If you use a bigger pan, put down more. I wouldn't advise using anything bigger than a 9-inch pan though, because then your brownies are gonna be too thin and you want those thick, chewy, luscious brownies. So I've got all 16 in here, and I'm just gonna pour the rest of this batter on top. and we're gonna bake at 350 degrees for 25 to 35 minutes. Basically, you want to insert a toothpick in the middle and make sure it comes out clean. Sometimes you might have a little bit of moist crumbs on there. That's fine. That means your brownie is done. And then depending on your oven, you may need less time, a little bit more time. So gauge that depending upon your oven. But generally speaking, 350 degrees for 25 to 35 minutes. Hi guys, so we're over at the stove now. While our brownies are in the oven baking, we're going to start on making our Nutella fudge. So what I've got here is a double boiler. I have a heat safe bowl right up here, my KitchenAid mixer, and then I've just got a pot with some water at the bottom, just lightly simmering. What you're going to want to do is add in your 1 cup of Nutella to this, like so. We're also going to add our chocolate chips in just a second, but can't waste any of this. Okay, so that's our Nutella, chocolate chips, and our condensed milk. What we're gonna do is we're gonna mix this in here until everything melts and comes together. And then we will fold in our whole hazelnuts. All right, so that's all in here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start just stirring this over the double boiler, melting it. Once it's all melted, I will come back and show you guys how it looks, and then we'll stir in our whole hazelnuts. Hi guys, so as you can see, the fudge has now, the condensed milk, Nutella, everything has come together, it's all melted. So next we're gonna add in our whole roasted hazelnuts. Okay, and then you're just gonna fold these into your fudge, the Nutella fudge, and then just set it aside. Once the brownies are out and they've cooled down, we will spread this on top. Hi guys, so our brownies are done and so is our Nutella fudge. So I've allowed the brownies to cool a bit, not completely, they're still slightly warm. We're gonna put the fudge on top, spread it, and then you're gonna wanna cool it in your fridge for about 2 to 3 hours, allow everything to set, and then you can dig and enjoy. So let's spread our Nutella onto here, our Nutella fudge, and I'll do that now and then I'll show you guys how it looks. All right. And use, if you have like a offset spatula, use that or use a spoon. That works the best to spread this. Okay, so I'm gonna finish spreading and then I'll come back and show you guys how it looks. All right guys, so we're done spreading our Nutella fudge on our brownies. Now you're gonna wanna top this with the chopped hazelnuts that you have. Be generous, use all of it. I mean, the recipe does call for all of it, but if you don't want to, that's fine. This really is your preference at this point. All right, so once you've got the chopped hazelnuts on top, you're gonna, so the Nutellas, not the Nutella, the Ferrero Rochers that we had halved, you're gonna wanna top now your brownie with it. So just stick them in. And then once this is done, you're gonna wanna set this in the fridge and let it rest for about, like I said, 2 to 3 hours. And then once everything is nicely set, you can cut and enjoy. So I will see you guys in a few hours. Thank you. Hi guys, so the brownies have been setting in the fridge for about 3 hours now. They're out, they're absolutely decadent. I'm gonna get a close-up and show you guys how they look. But before I do that, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And try this recipe out and definitely let me know in the comments below how you like it.